Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Canucks with Guitars, presented by LPD Pedals, Reno Fin Custom Guitars, Tesi Switch, FU Tone, PTM Guitars, Flipside Music, and of course, Ardens Music. I'm Ben. That's Terry. You got the Q's. We got the A's. You know, that's how it works around here. And lots to talk about, I'm sure. I just don't know what it is yet. Other than that, welcome one, welcome all. If you're new, again, please subscribe if you're returning. Of course, welcome back. Had a great time last night with a few Canucks and honorary Canuck. Yep. We had John Duchesne, and of course, we had our friend Symmetry, Trev, and of course, the Bent one, Bent Tom, which I guess he decided, well, I only do one night a week, so he did last night. That's fine. Michael B is grouting us. That's nice. He's watching
Happy
from the back.
grouting to you too.
Yep. John Duchesne's in the chat, and Paul McNary, and Gary, and BC Rich, and House of Twang, Hit Metalworks, Joe Hervey 84, Jeff K, our newest patron. Well, my newest patron, I suppose. Ow. Janice is here. Awesome. Thomas Santiago. Thomas Santiago. Martin Lemaire. Fern Murphy. He's from East Texas. Because nobody brags about being from West Texas. Charles 75N knows what I'm talking about. He's not going to respond to that because he's lurking, apparently. And I still got that noisy computer fan. Absolute Mayhem's tuning in from the 401. I hope you're moving. I hope you're not sitting and watching. I hope you're listening while driving. Tim Thomas, Billy Baloney, awesome. Who else? We have Braxel. Good to see Braxel.
Braxel, yeah.
Got it just scrolled up on me. What did I see? Half Ace. Awesome.
GTR.
Gary's on the south side of the lake.
Yeah, that's
Cross
what I
town
was
from
saying.
Dale Palmer. Hola, Scott Brockway. Yeah, so another beautiful day. They talked about rain on the weather app. Said it might rain, or it might not. It might not, but now it's like, oh, it's going to rain. It's 100% chance. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Because it's still pretty nice out there. I don't know why I'm looking, because there's a curtain over the window, but I can kind of see some ambient light peeking around the curtain.
Yeah, I can still move my curtain here.
Well, there you go. That's when, see Terry and go, you're going to get rain in about 4 hours. Sorry. What's up, Craig T. Tomlinson?
If you're from Boston in about 45 minutes.
Scott Brockway says, hey, Ben, you still want heads ups on cheap Dodds? Yes. Yes.
It's an Elvis sighting.
Aaron is saying no. No. But I say yes. Yes. So I have two Dodds on the board currently. One's coming off. It's not working the same for me. So but let's see. Braxel says, Ben, or did your sis ever get you a ribeye steak? No.
Oh?
No.
Oh, that sucks.
I'll be seeing her tomorrow, though. I got nothing against old Dodds, Albus Band says. Right, Scott sending me a message. Sweet. I like that idea.
It's funny. I was just saying to myself, yeah, I got Dodds, a short-haired and a long-haired.
I'd like, I'm thinking a Dodd tuner would be cool for the board. Oh, there's the message. Well, let's just see what we got here.
I can't remember if Dodd ever do a tuner. I don't think
they must have. They did like 100 pedals. One of them had to be. All right, what do we got here? It's an Evil Bay link. All right, click on the Evil Bay link. Smoking a brisket. Nice, John Duchesne. Vintage Dodd. American Metal. Do I have an American Metal? No, I don't. I don't have an American Metal. What do they want for it? Really? It's probably U.S.
Well,
Oh, that's not bad.
It has
I'd rather avoid
lasered.
the metal if I can. You know, I'm more curious on their gadgetry and modulation than dirt boxes per se. But I've heard of the American metal. Metal! Is that the one that's supposed to be like the heavy metal pedal? What's up, Dwight Bailey and Keith Campbell and Zach Thong? Carpooling. Mike Jones, sodas are doing well. That's something else I got to do is tomorrow shoot the latest testing. We're going to do a British soda again tomorrow. What do we got here? Add to stream. There it is, the tuna. The tuna.
That's funny, the
Exactly.
tuna.
But yeah, the tuna. That's cheap too. That's like cheap.
Yeah, $26, and it sold. It was in Ashtabula, Ohio.
Is that what that was? I wonder what the shipping was. Had to be at least that much in shipping.
Yeah,
All good, Scott.
Especially if it had shipped in the U.S.
Excuse me. Charles says, hello, who said hello? Yes, Ben, I know what you mean by not answering. That's answering. Brian Burke does need that pedal. Yep. Johnny Love.
Zach,
Ooh,
Dwight Bailey,
Keith's
and
making
others.
homemade Italian. Nice. Yeah, the tuner would be cool. Like I have, the stereo phaser flanger, but I don't have a stereo chorus from them. That's something to check out. Or mono. Or the mono versions, right? Like if they got stereo versions, I assume they have mono versions. Or not. I don't know. I haven't really checked into it. Yeah, Earl Grey. You know, Earl Grey breakfast soda would be an improvement, Mike. So far, as far as soda pop from the British Isles, or soft drinks as they call them, wing and a miss.
I was
Wing
just
and a
going to
miss.
say I'm surprised that the British didn't try to make an Earl Grey soda by now.
I don't know. Not so much. Nope, wasn't a fan. The Dandelion and Burdock. Yeah, I don't know. What are they doing? Liquefying some weeds and putting them in a can and carbonating it? Because yeah, that's kind of what it tasted like. I already have a Boss Chorus LRM. Right here. But that's not going on. I think the fish and chip soda. Oh, that'd just be wrong.
Oh, fish and chip soda.
Oh, there you go. This is the chorus that may be going back on the board. So I'll have two choruses because I like the other chorus that's on the board. So that means I'm back to, oh, right, Boss Flanger. I was like, back to finding another damn flanger. No, that's right. Got the, well, this runs off 18 too, doesn't it? Yep, she's an 18.
John DeShane sounds like shit the English put in a can and export to laugh at other countries.
Yep. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's popular here. Yeah, no, it isn't.
Yeah,
The
kind of like
Flanger.
that dill pickle soda.
Oh, no. Boss Flanger will probably go on the board. That's right. I was hoping for a massive flanger that was stereo that would wash, like bigger wash, and no, the Dodd isn't washy enough.
It doesn't have enough phases / steps.
It's got, well, I don't know. It's just not wide enough, and it gets that jetty siren-y. It's not so much of a whoosh as a wee. And I'm like, I don't want that. Hey, Sassy Cat.
Hey, Sassy.
Oh, dear Lord. I'll have to keep an eye open on turkey and stuffing flavor. No.
Yes,
no.
Symmetry they did, and the one or two videos I've seen people trying it actually said while they thought it was gross, they actually did taste the turkey and stuffing.
Yeah, I think Johnny Love is, in fact, from the UK, too, so he can attest. No, the dandelion and burdock is just wrong. Irn-Bru, wrong. Well, a part of it too is, Terry, for their dietary deal, they take out half the sugar and replace it with aspartame, so it's got that crappy diet pop aftertaste.
Oh.
You know, like it's not as predominant as a full-on, say, Diet Coke, but it's like it's just wrong. It's just wrong. Hey, my knees hurt.
Not. Yeah, hey, my knees. I could not imagine a drink that actually combined both a synthetic sugar and a real sugar. That just sounds like a disaster in the making.
It was not good. It's just not good. It was like you just ruined it for everybody. Yeah, exactly, Scott Brockway. Pretty much. Yep. Or it tastes like the can it's shipped in. That's what it just tastes like. Like I'm licking aluminum.
Yeah, I also find Splenda tastes that way at times too.
Yep. Got some British cups of noodles, and have to say, was the best cup of noodles I've had. Interesting. Room temperature, but it's not warm. It's not like they heat up the beer, Gary. It's more of a room, cool room temperature. That's fine. I drink my beer that way half the time.
Yeah, that sounds like a English shop name. The Cock Insider.
Yep. Yeah, the one over here is just called the British Isle Shop. It's like that's more of a description than a name.
Yeah, you're right, Sassy Cat. Stevia isn't too bad.
Okay, so I'm not totally out of left field because Johnny says it's okay. His mom, who's 82, gets the D&B now and then. They all remind me of my childhood, Irn-Bru, Dandelion, Burdock, etc. Yep. I don't know which one I'm doing tomorrow. I think it's the one, I can't remember what flavor it is, Terry, but it says on it, with real bits. And I'm like,
oh, jeez.
Bits of what exactly? That's a very generic, with real bits. Like imagine like if you go to a restaurant and one of the ingredients, it's like it's a burger with bits. You're like, I don't know what these bits are, but I'm pretty sure I don't want any part of it. Ricky Compton, Guitar Man 45, Mike Gross. Yeah, so I don't know what it is. It could be pulp. I don't know. It's just with real bits. I'm like, yeah, but what is that?
Drive safely, Laz, as always.
Hey, Laz. Yeah, drive safe. Hope it's not bits of rosemary. I can't stand rosemary.
Well, thinking England has got to be either a malt or a hop.
What's that?
I said thinking England-wise, it's got to be a malt or a hop.
I don't think so. I haven't found any other beery type soft drinks at this point. Although I got one that's a shanty, but it's a non-alcoholic. I'm like, I thought shanties were alcoholic, but apparently it's some kind of soft drink shanty. See how that goes.
Bacon bits. Good work.
Bacon bits would be good. Not gonna lie, I'd probably try a bacon pop. Why not?
I think actually there was one tried and they said that was the one thing that actually would have made it perfect. It
probably just tastes kind of smoky. That's what I'm guessing. It's probably just like you're like, it's just fizzy and smoke.
Yeah, that's basically what the one person said. It had a synthetic smoke kind of.
I do have one of those. It's not an Arnold Palmer. It's Lemonade Dave is the company, and so it's one of those half iced tea, half lemonades. My sister got it. She's like, you can do a review on this. I'm like, great. I hate iced tea. Great. At best, I'm gonna like half of it. Uh-oh. Scott Brockway got new meg pots, and one of them's a 1.1 meg. Bacon egg soda. Leonard Ewing, cheap auto washer over at Stompbox Steels. Possibly the most informative website on the whole internet, Terry. And that's of everything. Of everything in life. But possibly the most informative ever. Yeah, if you've been at it for 6 hours today, just ease off, Paul. You're making the rest of us look bad. No, we're not doing anything maple flavored, Charles. You just go back to lurking. He's been on this maple kick
hours.
for about 3 months now. And I did find a whole brand of pops, Terry, that are sweetened with maple syrup. And I'm like, ugh, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't, because I think it's going to taste like cola and maple. Because if there's a hint of maple in it, I'm going to taste it, and I'm not going to like it.
Yeah,
So
with you having a
maybe,
very
maybe for Charles, we'll do one, but that means there could be dry heaves on video, and I don't think you can like that too much. What's up, Sir Lawrence of the Pedals? Speaking of which, thank you, Lawrence, for showing up, so I can mention to the 48 of you. I was given breaking news the other day that LPD Pedals is in fact discontinuing the title chorus, the offset delay, and the cascade reverb. I have to make sure to read them properly, but I want to do them in pedal chain order: chorus, then delay, then reverb. All three of those pedals, what's available on the website is what's available on the website. He's sick of making them, folks, so they're being discontinued. We can't tell you why, because, industry secrets, trade sanctions, and such. So if you're a fan of those pedals, which I think I've done demos of, well, some of them anyways. I can't remember what I've demoed and what I haven't demoed of them. But there's demo. If not, RJ's done demos, and they're better than mine anyway. So check them out. If you're interested, snag them while you can. Snag them while you can.
hey Blackjack and others.
What's up, Blackjack Guitar?
Yes, I do believe you did demo them, whether it be in a video or on the channel live.
Well, I guarantee you no, wait. Chorus, yes. I know I did that one. Reverb has not been heard on the channel, other than, unless I did a playthrough video when I built the pedal board of all Lawrence pedals. That's the only way that would have happened. Because I haven't had the Cascade on the new board because the Hydra came in, and it's two pedals in one, so form factor. But the offset delay returned to the board a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I think you have used the reverb, but like you said,
Yeah, I just can't do maple, Mike Jones. I just can't do it. Nope. I even have a hard time with anything with like brown sugar, even some caramel based stuff, because it gets into that family at times,
Yeah, I can see what you're saying there. Which would suck if you wanted a piece of apple pie and come to find out it was actually made with brown sugar to sweeten it.
That's not too bad at that point. Yeah, it's just if there's a lot of it or if it gets burnt at all. I don't know. Say, Sean Hockey.
Hey, Sean Hockey.
Sassy Cat has a dumb question for Lawrence. I doubt it is. Lawrence is so smart, though, he probably thinks all questions are dumb, even when they're not. LPD Pedals would love to see you do a 50-watt Silver Jubilee clone. Interesting, Rick Compton.
As in a pedal or an amp, though?
Pedal. It's easier on the back when moving it.
Because, I mean, that's something we've talked about on here as well, too, is,
Yes, Mike Jones, he called it. Oh, yeah, that nerve there. There's the brown sound, and then there's the brown nerve. The maple nerve is the brown nerve. Yep. How does the 55 differ from the Woodrow? That's a good question. And then Laura says, what's the Woodrow? Maybe refresh, Michael Krause. He's like, I can't hear you because he lost sound.
What?
F5. Let's see here. Hey, Edison.
Hey, Edison.
Got 50 people watching. Nice.
Billy Baloney is going to Earthquaker Day on Saturday.
Ooh. Is that at Earthquaker, I assume? Which is in Akron, Ohio, I believe?
Ooh, that'd be cool.
I think. Do I have an Earthquaker that's not on my board that I could flip over to read or something? Probably not. Nope, I think I only own one Earthquaker pedal these days, Terry.
Mm.
I try to like them more, but I just don't get into them. Oh, I was right. Sweet.
Sassy
Okay.
Cat
Universal
says.
Audio's Fender Tweed sounding pedal is the Woodrow. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Woo! $500. No wonder I'm not familiar with it. That I can get like 2 pedals for that.
Wow. For that much, it better come with a bunch of like plugins.
For that price, it should at least come with a manual.
Yeah.
My niece says you need to get one of those DoD grunge combo amps. Yes. I would love to have a DoD amp.
It sounds familiar.
Sean, you need to go. Scott could build an amp for $500. I'd need to pay at least that in healthcare, even in Canada, after I tried to build an amp with the amount of burnt fingers and cursing I'd have happen. What's the matter? My fingers are all burnt, and I have laryngitis from cursing about it.
And it would not involve a mason jar.
Although, what was it? I don't know if you saw it on Facebook a month or two ago. Richie had restored a resonator that belonged to a friend of ours who passed away.
I don't think so, but that would have been interesting.
So he did, eventually. It took a while. In honor of Dan, he restored this guitar, and but he needed the disc under the bridge was missing. Wouldn't you know, the lid from a mason jar was the perfect size, Terry.
Wow.
Yeah. So part of the build was, he said, I happen to have a lid from a mason jar that contains some substances that was smuggled from another country, and I won't mention who, and it has asterisk, 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 space, 6 more asterisks. I'm like, wonder who he's referring to there. Because I remember when he used to have a bar down in the basement, which would have been behind us on set, but it was never there because he took it out by the time we started doing YouTube. But he had shelves behind it. He was collecting bottles for a while, so I made my contribution of a mason jar. Because I didn't really drink out of liquor bottles at that time. Janice wants a resonator. I had a Regal, one of those all metal, all chromed up, full chrome guitar, Terry. Thing was loud, but my God, it attracted fingerprints like, flies to honey. It was insane. And it got painful to play outside in the sun because ow!
Oh, woo! Yeah.
Or you catch it in the eyes, off the side or something. DoD made a grunge amp. We're going to have to look that up. DoD grunge amp. I wonder what they go for. DoD grunge amp price.
Oh, that's why it sounded familiar. I had one.
Nice. Hey, Travis.
When I got rid of the Behringer, or when I got the Behringer Strat way back.
I don't think I would ever use that amp, Terry, but it would be nice to have on the set, is what I'm saying. And, it looks like there were a couple $100 plus shipping, so I'll just keep my eyes peeled for one.
Yeah, like I said, if you go back and listen to my early videos on my channel, they didn't sound bad. You could run a multi-effects.
It didn't sound great either.
No, true, but it could take a multi-effects and sound decent.
Of course, Gabor would have. Speaking of Gabor and Alex, congrats on their YouTube channel that I'm not going to try to pronounce, the Super Awesome Happy Time Pedal Show.
Yep.
I think that's all of it. Hit 25,000 subscribers. So congrats to Gabor, who's also an alumni of the Sunday Night Hang. I haven't talked to Gabor in a while. I should talk to Gabor. I haven't seen him around. Must be busy. Busy making videos, apparently, because they hit 25K. Edison doesn't like seeing fingerprints and drink spills on a guitar. That's one of the reasons I enjoy playing a white guitar. That's a big selling point. It really hides a lot.
Yeah. Now, getting back to what Janice was saying about a resonator, I was going to say Fender at one point in time did put out a resonator that was relatively decent priced.
Yeah.
I think it was between 4 and 7.
Again, Regals are out there. They're pretty common. I want to say Gretsch does one too for some reason. I don't know why. Gibson ain't cheap though.
Yeah, no.
And I don't think they do an Epiphone one. I would look, Regals. Regal is the way to go.
Yeah. National would be pricey.
Scott Brockway says, I'd like to clone this Mutron phaser, but damn, the CA 3080s are expensive and a pain to match.
Ooh.
You know, Scott, I'd like you to package up that Mutron phaser and throw a fella's address on it with some postage up in the top right corner. Chuck it in the mailbox.
Yes, actually, Sassy Cat is right. Harley Benton actually did make a resonator.
Yeah. You got to watch it, though, because a lot of them are like a hybrid. It's more or less just an acoustic with a kind of a resonator quasi-cone, but they're not.
Yeah.
It's a resonator-looking acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
Billy Baloney says, why does Fender keep trying to sell acoustics? I've always loved Fender acoustics, so they're cheap and they work decent. Like the CE60, their cheapest acoustic. It's a great little acoustic. They make some nice sounding nylon string guitars. Why not? I think there's a place for it.
Yeah, Dobro wouldn't be cheap.
No. We had a really nice. I think it was a Showbro Dobro, 7-string.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, the Lamb. Hey, late night. Late night for the Lamb. Michael B loves his Fender acoustic. I've owned a few. I owned one in high school, and then I bought one for my ex that I used to. I bet you to this day she still hasn't learned how to play, Terry. So, so I used to just borrow it all the time for when we do acoustic band practices and stuff like that.
I liked the idea of the Fender acoustics because, again, pretty much the majority of my learning on guitar was on a Fender, and I always liked that Fender headstock look on an acoustic.
Well, and they were they're more or less a knockoff of a Martin in many ways, including the headstock. And they're in that price point similar to Seagulls. Yeah. What else is in around that range? Some Ibanez acoustics. A couple $100 more, you start getting into the Guild acoustics, the offshore Guild acoustics, obviously.
Yeah, because I think.
Oh, that just sounds good. Guitar Man 45, Strawberry Godfather. How could that be wrong? Hey, Dan of New Jersey.
Hey, Dan.
Let's see here. Let's see. Dobros run $5,000 to $7,000 for a good one. You can get. Yeah. I don't know. Can you get a cheap Dobro anymore? Because again, I don't want to say it's a lost art by any stretch of the means, Terry, but let's say it's a niche. It's definitely a niche at this point. Sort of like lap steel is a niche, because most steel players go full on pedal steel, like Mazel.
Yeah.
Hey, Eddie. Hey, Eddie. So, but yeah, like actual, like a dulcimer, for instance. You can get cheap ukuleles. You can even get some cheap mandolins. But then if you want like a dulcimer or something like that, it's hard to find cheap ones. Yeah. Unless Washburn, because Washburn's one of those companies that you're like, what? You make everything, or Yamaha. Yamaha makes everything. They make brass, woodwind, they make fucking everything. And geez Louise, we were looking at when I took my sister to Long McQuaid, and It's the first time I've ever walked over to that area. When you walk into this one, Terry, you walk and then just walk diagonally for about 20 feet and you're in guitar land. But if you actually turn an actual 90-degree inside the door, then you walk down towards the lesson area, and off to the left is concert. We'll call it concert instruments, like brass and woodwind. They're all there, right? And it's amazing. You can pick up a trumpet for under $1,000, or you can pick up a trumpet for $8,000. I haven't even cracked the soda pop yet. Oh, she's sweaty. Can you get that on camera?
Ooh.
See how sweaty that is? The sheen. Last group here. I gotta get more.
Eddie says Dobro guitars should smoke like Ace Frehley guitars. If you wanted to ruin a Dobro to make it do that, sure.
Hey, Jeff P. Oh, that's good.
Hey, Jeff P.
Brother Ben, forgot to mention that the Cascade title and offset are 30% off. Oh, I thought that was only for that one weekend. Dang. So basically, folks, you can get them for artist pricing, is what I'm saying. Because, and as you know, Terry, we've discussed the various tiers of artist deals with companies. And as well, most of the time they're like, yeah, we'll sell you a guitar at store cost, or we'll sell you stuff at wholesale, basically.
Yeah.
Which, okay, because 20 to 30%, you get 20 to 30% more guitar. Kramer Farrington, not exactly a tone machine. Cool looking, but not a tone machine. That's for sure.
As for the Dobros, I think they did actually do an import Dobro, but it still wasn't cheap. By any means.
Well, let me think. Well, if you could buy one in Canada, it's probably at the Evil Empire, right, Terry?
More than likely.
So, I'm just going to type in the word Dobro. See what we get. Well, Epiphone makes a Dobro, apparently. Well, I'll be dipped. The Hound Dog Dobros.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
$6.79 Canadian, folks. Here, let's do this. I'm going to try the screen share. That's what I want. I don't want to go over here. I'll go over here. We'll share it. There we are. Go back over here. Give us a little more room here. I'll take down the banners. Oh, all right. There we go. All right. So we have, the Epiphone Hound Dog. It's a very basic Dobro, but for $6.79 Canadian, well, what do you expect, Terry? You right? Yeah. Oh, excuse me. All it has to do is work. And then you got the Paul Beard signature with the square neck, and that's $16.29. Then you got her, and then there's the deluxe Epiphone for $9.49. What?
Yeah. That's what I was just looking at here.
It's the same thing, only fancier. And then there is a Gretsch for $5.79. Round neck. All right.
Yeah.
Sure. And then they do the all steel body for $12.79. All right. Oh, we got the Honey Dripper round neck brass body biscuit. No. Stick with the wood, folks. So there's lots of them out there, metal or all the flavors. And I assume, okay, if they got them, then that means GC has. Hey, there's the one I had, the Regal. Holy crap on a cracker. Those things are expensive these days, aren't they? So that's the one I had, Terry. Last night's show, I was talking about the Ibanez Jet King that I got rid of, that I regret getting rid of. I traded it for this. So at the time, and I had.
Oh yeah.
I think I picked up. I paid like $4.50 for the Jet King with a case. $4.25, $4.50, I think. So fair trade for that resonator.
Yeah.
But and that one had a case too. So,
I remember that. Not because of you, but because RJ, I think, got one given to him for the demo. And they told him to keep it. And he was just like, really? I know what these go for.
Hey, Randy.
Yep. Keep it. It's like,
yeah,
thanks.
So. What was the other thing we're talking about? Dobros and, that are easy to get. I think it's just a dobro. All right. Well, anyways, back to us. Or Keith or I think it was Keith said, just get yourself a butt cheek cigar box guitar. Well, it doesn't have as many strings.
Yeah.
However, in a pinch, a fella can use one of these.
Yeah, actually, there it is there. Remember I was just saying about the Fender? PR180E resonator, $699 Canadian.
So it sounds like there's a lot of variety in that $600 or $700 range.
Yeah,
which is, I'm assuming they're all made in China. They're probably all made in the same factory, Terry. And they just like, what flavor headstock are we carving out of this? That's all the only, or what headstock are we putting on at the scarf joint?
So that would be probably about in the 400 to 600 US range. And for a higher end one would be probably closer to like the 8 to 1,000 US. Ben now plays Shaggy Rags. Here's tits. In regards to the Fender one, though, I remember it actually had pretty good reviews.
I ran out of strings. I can't play lead on one string. It's hard, Terry. It's hard. It's hard.
Well, it's only got one string now?
No, because I already did the run-up, so I was like...
Oh.
There it is. Anyways. Okay, you stay there, play with your friends. Okay. Tap on the cigar box. The action is not that conducive to tapping, that's for sure.
No, there is another one that Michael Krause mentioned.
What's
Recording Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Make some affordable resonators. Yeah, they make a lot of low to mid price stuff that is like above their price points in quality.
What we do here, but
Gas can guitars. Oh, there you go. Michael Krause says the cheapest Recording King resonator is $340 US.
woo! Well, there we go. I didn't think we were going to discuss resonators tonight, but hey, why not? Got some experience with them, apparently. Proves I owned a lot of guitars. I did not need that. You know, remember, my buddy wanted the Ibanez, and then he ended up flipping it. That's the worst part, because I was like, we're taking that back.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he refinished it too, though. That's the other thing. Yeah, he refinished it. You know, trans green or something. I was like, ooh, no. Because it was kind of a teal before with a white pickguard. It was sweet.
Yeah, that would have looked nice.
It didn't have the Bigsby. I didn't even know they were available with a Bigsby. Guitar Man 45, I am shocked. He's never had a resonator. It's about one of the few things you haven't owned, probably.
Mahogany. Next, we'll talk about banjos.
I love Ben with non-Van Halen music for some reason. I can try doing some Van Halen music, but it's more playing it than and playing it badly. I was working out here about it later the other day.
Yeah, Billy Baloney's right. In the 80s would have been the perfect time to be a jazz master and Mustang person. Jazz master, Jaguar, Mustang.
You can give those guitars away, even in the 70s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's why all the alt bands were playing them. They're playing for all the gear that you couldn't give away.
Charles 75 is like
Ding.
Ben Coombs. Did you say Bixby?
Maybe. Charles, I was looking at a gold top. Gold top? Yeah, it was a gold Gretsch jet with Bigsby on the Kijij this morning. I hadn't looked at guitars on the Kijij in a while. I want to see what was out there. Dude, somebody moved into Trenton, Old Town, with some coin. Holy crap on a cracker. He has not one, Terry, but two Lester Pulphus shaped objects. One being the Murphy Lab Jerry Cantrell Lino.
Oh my god.
I was like, oh, you know, and then another Murphy Labs. So he's asking $13,800 for each of them.
Oh.
And I'm just like, not in this area. You ain't selling them for that in this area, bud. Because there might be, I'd say, no, apparently there's one guy in the area that can afford them. You're it, bud. You already have them.
That's crazy. Yeah, because those would have been like 20 plus Canadian.
I don't know. What's a Jerry Cantrell? Why not go for it?
Well, if they're the Murphy Labs, they're automatically tacked on $5,000 because of the Murphy Labs aging process. Yes.
Aged and signed. Oh, that's at the Gibson website. That doesn't know what. Well, yeah, 13. No, they're 13. I'm seeing 2 reverb listings. One for 16. I'd say they're worth about $13,000 apparently, or asking price. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Why should I pay this Murphy guy $5,000 to beat the shit out of my guitar, Terry? That's what I want to know. I get for like say the Wino, because he's taking the time, you know, it's like those Slash guitars. Like when I saw the price of, was it EDS 1275, you know, with the ebony one, and it's like $1 billion or something. But then you look at the amount of checking in it, and if that checking has to be all correct, like the same as the original, you're sitting there with a razor blade. There's thousands of checks there. Like it's got to take them a week. You know, it's ridiculous. So, yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of, was it, Hunter just posted up that one video of the signature. Sorry, it's the standard edition.
Bo. We can talk, Bo. We can talk. I'll get you all the Gretches. Because I'd love a Gretsch collection, but I can't have a Gretsch collection. Yeah, that's what they are, Keith Campbell. But yeah, 13 Canadian. So I don't know. That's what, $10,000 US, give or take.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Ooh,
John Duchesne says his dad has a Gretsch Country Gentleman. And if his dad has that, Terry, I'm going to assume it's an OG one. It's not a reissue, you know, like a modern day one. Although it could be. You don't know. You know, I shouldn't judge. He could have went down to the Long and or McQuaid and picked it up last month for all we know. We don't know.
Well, that reminds me, this month, actually, at the Evil Masters, it is Fender month.
It's always something month.
Yeah. Gibson, Fender.
And I think they do that multiple times a year. I'm pretty sure Fender month is every other month, because the other 6 months are Gibson month.
Yeah.
Seems. All right, okay, OG, nice. You need to borrow that, John, to maybe show off on a Zoom call. I wouldn't ask you to necessarily show it off on a show.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet and original.
Well, for me to do a Gretsch collection, Charles, that would take some coinage, because if I'm buying all cheap import ones, they're going to all need new pickups as well. And then, or, you know, you start actually looking for some nice used ones.
Eddie Van Haskell. 8,000 US and 50 beaver pelts is the equivalent in Canadian currency.
It's true. It's true. Hey, Randy Price. Owned a 55 Gretsch Country Club in Cadillac Green. They foolishly sold for $4 grand when I was 20 years old. Charles 75N just had a heart attack reading that comment, Terry, because that's his color, Cadillac Green. He's looking up frantically. What is a country? Oh! Sorry, Charles. Sorry you had to see that. Don't block him. I know you got a wrench. Randy already said he's regretful over it, so.
Yeah, Cadillac Green's one of those colors that isn't super popular, but also at the same time, it's also something they never did a whole bunch of either.
Yeah, well, and it's a color that on a Telecaster, but you know, Gretches can be all kinds of colors that look hideous on everything else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about Gretches, you know, and honestly, although Tellys, you'd be surprised how many different colors work on a Telly. And a Les Paul for that matter, too. Like, until you see it. You know, like, I'm waiting for that. When does that happen? I don't know if Gibson ever did that. Like, if they decided to, like, go to Fender and just also, here's 9 different color Les Pauls, and they're all going to be essentially like a duo jet. You know, not necessarily painting the neck and the back as well, but at least the top in a blue and a bright red and a yellow and a green and, you know, whatever. Just all the colors of the rainbow type thing. I don't know why they don't. It's because they don't get into the metal flakes. They don't like doing metal flake. And it isn't even really the good metal, like the real big chunks. You're like, ooh, like that stuff could cut your fingers. You know, like big chunks of metal in there. Yeah. Like, what'd you do? Just break off X-Acto knife tips, and that's what's the metal flake? Because they're huge. What do we got here? All right, I'm going to scroll back a bit here.
Yeah, speaking of colors that get on the Telly, strange colors that actually look good on it still. That Capri orange that they did actually looked pretty good on Telly. Not so much on the Strat.
Well, it's sort of like the butterscotch. I'm not a big fan of the butterscotch Tellys new. Like a butterscotch has to be almost a satin because it's aged and relic into the butterscotch, you know. But those shiny butterscotch ones, not a fan. Not a fan, you know.
Kind of like the buttercreams.
Yeah, and what's that going to look like? You know, well, no, I like buttercream. I fucking love buttercream because that's just Olympic white that's old, you know.
Yeah.
But what's it turn into? Does it turn into a butterscotch eventually? When it ages? I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
You know, that's you know, like, if you want buttercream, really, you probably just get something white and let it just age. It'll turn.
It's kind of like the dreaded and most hated Fender finish, the Antigua finish.
Oh, my God, I hated that. God damn. Blue and cream don't go together, Terry. Blue and cream, unless you're doing a Miami Beach thing, you know, like that, not on a guitar. I don't even like on a 53 Buick Roadmaster, maybe if it's all stock, you can get with that color palette, but not on a guitar, not as a burst. Sweet.
Yeah, the Antiguas new don't look great, but if you actually see one of them that's been aged, the finish actually does look pretty nice.
Well, we'll have to wait and see on that, because originally they only did it on what? On like the Starcaster thing?
Yeah, it was only like 79, I think.
Yeah, like, and that thing, you know, that is already an abomination to me. You know that. I do not like them. So it can age all it wants, and I'm still like, that's just an old turd. That's all that is. But I know they've done, recently in the last few years, they've done a handful of Strats that way. So let's see how they turn out. You know, sort of like, was it the Batman finish or whatever the hell they call it, the Dark Knight finish or whatever. That, I want to see how that ages.
Oh, the Batman look?
Yeah, whatever that one is. You know, one, like SPJ has one of them.
Yeah, yeah, they call it the Batman Dark.
Yeah, whatever it is. I kind of dig it, you know. But then again, I don't know. Does anybody play their guitars enough that they're going to relic the hell out of them?
Oh, that's just it, right?
Hard to say. Probably. Okay, Michael Krause likes the Starcasters. Okay, that's fine. That's
Like I
fine.
said, I didn't mind the
Very owned one.
Starcaster. I
Or
didn't mind the Starcaster that I had. The only issue I had with it was the neck was too thin. That's why I
you tried to
thought,
like
like,
it.
yeah. To me, if they would have did the Starcaster, like with the Starcaster's wide range humbuckers, but with like the
Oh my god.
Coronado's neck, to me that would have been a pretty killer
Boner
car.
Jams. Oh, Boner Jams is gonna love this. I have to bring up the Kijij, Terry. Because oh sweet Jesus. No. This ad on a guitar, I can't make it up. You will not believe it. So I have to find it. So give me a second. And Boner James, you're gonna love this. Buy and sell, right? Let's go there. And we go down to musical
Probably the only
instruments.
way you could get a Batman looking guitar relic would probably be custom shop order.
Guitars. And I don't care if we throw the guy's first name under the bus, because he put up this ridiculous ad. There it is. Oh my god. Easy, 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 fan. I know, we're going to be loading photos. You wait till you start screen sharing. You're like, just damn chainsaw going. We are going for the red-green thing here. All right, folks. See Lawrence? I assume Lawrence is leaving because I see BC Rich saying goodbye to him.
Yeah.
BC Rich, this is on you, bud. I'm just saying. So we're going to look at, Terry, the title of the ad, BC Rich Warlock Authentic.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, what the hell is an authentic, right? So we got this for $200.
Oh.
Okay, okay. So we can tell she's quality. She's, with the dot inlays, okay. And the one green pickup, and we don't know. And
As soon as I seen the bolt-on neck, I was like, yep.
Yep. Got a wraparound tailpiece. Okay.
What?
Let me read. Okay. Save your comments, because I'm going to... Selling an authentic BC Rich Warlock heavy metal guitar. This girl has had some work done over the years. The guitar appears to have been painted and has an aftermarket pickup installed. There are chips and scratches because it has been used to play live shows and make hardcore music with over the years like it was intended for. Sounds great for music like Slayer, Pantera, Lamb of God. Has brand new heavier gauge strings on it. Yeah. Yeah, the photos aren't even that close.
And I thought people slagged me badly for that one BC Rich that I had that had the custom graphics on it.
Oh yeah, and it's like it's a New Jersey, like it's the same piece of crap as mine is, because those are the same tuners. That's how I know. And yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I say that one Eddie Van Halen style headstock reminds me of like the thing for they used to use the wood forks for poking the French fries. Well, that headstock on those would really be that.
I just had to check out the comments. I like Keith. Yay! Ridiculous local access listings. Yay! Exactly. And guess what, Terry? He's in town.
Oh, geez, it's a local.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say in our Kijiji area, I think there's probably 2 or 3 guys that are in that kind of similar vein where it's like they try to take something and dress it up like that and be like, oh, it's an amazing guitar, and it's like,
So I wonder why
I was just reading that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's yeah. I assume I don't even know, Terry. Like the neck pickup being green, like you want to believe it's like somehow ripped out of a gem because that's the only
It
guitar I
was
can
a
think of that comes,
Dimarzio.
that comes with as a green pickup, right? So I'm like,
Yep.
what in the actual fuck is this? And I'm reading it, and it's like, why didn't you just put? It's got, it's relics because it's melted so many faces. I'm like, no. I'm like, okay, kid, like it's a refin New Jersey series, and they got rid of the New Jersey truss rod cover because he bought a blank one for it. Clearly, yeah, it's like, oh, this, oh, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought about it for a second, Terry, as another project, but then I'm like, I don't want a Warlock in my life because then I got to try to get rid of it,
Yeah.
and and where am I going to put it? Like, you come over, you're going to walk in, you're like, is that a Warlock? I'm like, yes, 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 yes.
And unless you got it and Absolute Mayhem loved it.
Oh, God. One could wish. And it's got a wraparound tailpiece. I'm like, really? Really?
Yeah, that's really kind of freaky.
Yeah, like I'm thinking that had to be the junior of junior Warlocks. Yeah, like I'm almost wondering if it's smaller too. Like, is it a student Warlock, if there is such thing? Like, you're Joe Dirt and your kid who's age 8, hey, Pa, I want to learn how to play guitar. You buy him a junior Warlock to start out on. He's only got the junior
Now
mode.
from BC Rich, it's the Apprentice Warlock. He doesn't know all the spells, but he'll get you there eventually.
If I needed a Warlock for a gig bad enough, I could borrow one because I know a guy who's got a nice one, or sorry, nicer at least. Like I don't know if it's set neck Warlock or not. But it's nice and it's all Floyded up, so it'd be a BC Rich with Warlock with a freaking Floyd Rose or possibly a Kaler. I don't know what Steve has on his. I don't want to know. He's got all the metal guitars. He's a metal guy, so he's got V's and Warlocks and.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
I was just going to say, for $200, I'd rather go out and buy an Emily the Strange SG 310 than I would that Warlock.
I can't with a Warlock. It's just too pointy. It's got all the points, Gary. There's so many surfaces.
Yeah.
And then it's got that big fucking wannabe Dean headstock. Like, it's got a neck dive. It's got all the headstock up there. It's like, no. Not for 200 bones. That's just, no.
That's like 100-bone guitar, if that.
See, $100 delivered, maybe.
Yeah.
Then would throw a pair of pickups in it, give it a setup. That's true. The original Bernie Rico stuff was all nice, BC Rich, acoustic or electric.
Yeah. Actually, there's a few BC Rich acoustics rolling around in this area, and it's just kind of like...
Yeah, but are they Bernie Rico acoustics, which are, like says, high-end, or is it a BC Rich acoustic, which, no, just walk away.
It's an acoustic that's basically like a Fender CE60.
Yeah, no.
So
with a Warlock headstock.
Yeah.
Actually, probably have a headstock like my Mockingbird, I would imagine, or something similar along those lines. More sedate.
Yeah, when I had that Mockingbird, again, like I said, I thought it was rather comfortable, and the thing that made me dislike it the most was the neck dive.
Yeah, like this headstock.
Yeah.
That would look fine on an acoustic.
Well, that's pretty much.
I'm trying to get it so you can actually see the outline, because if I go like this, you're like, it disappeared. I can't see it, Ben. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's kind of basically what the Ibanez acoustic headstock is. Is very similar to that shape and design.
Yeah. The only reason I like playing this is because of FU tone pickups. They got all the output that I need.
No, that's right. You put that in the
Oh, not in tune.
LP Junior. Your signature humbucker, I was thinking. Keith Campbell says, "What was played on Close My Eyes Forever?" I think Lita plays Mockingbirds, or did she play Warlock?
Are we talking the electric part or the acoustic part?
I'm assuming he's referring to the electric.
Okay, because the acoustic part sounds almost as Ovation as it looks in the video. Like, she plays like an Ovation in the video, but it does sound very scoop direct in, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was an Ovation. I can't remember. Yeah, Mockingbird, or maybe a Warlock. I don't know. It's hard to say because I don't know what she would have used in the studio as opposed to the video. Videos mean nothing, in many ways, because I remember growing up, Terry, being a long-time reader of like both Circus and Hit Parader before I got into the actual guitar magazines. As a fan, read Circus and Hit Parader, and then even later reading Guitar World, and even like because my dad would have a handful of them around too, or Guitar Player, or Guitar for the Practicing Musician. That's right, because he's older. And sure, all these guys had endorsements by like BC Rich and Kramer and stuff, but they all had like a 59 Les Paul or something equivalent thereof, and that's what they would track within the studio, unless it was something with a trem, and then at that point, maybe yes, then they would use their Kramers or what have you. But a lot of times, mostly all tracked on Les Pauls. More stable. Just bend a string, you're not bending the other string out of tune, other strings out of tune and stuff. It's different. Yeah, I was just thinking that. Someone messaged me. Right. So speaking of patrons, available on Patreon. No. Creators are available on Patreon for patrons to find. Yes, right? That's how that works. So if you'd like to become a patron and help out the channel, and you get a shout out each week on this channel as part of it. And the list is growing a little bit. It's nice to see. Appreciate it, folks. And we got Guitar Man 45, Symmetry, Paul McNary, Joe C, Keith H, unfucking believable, Charles 75N, John ZD351, JP Page 2, Fruitcake Tony, Bent Tom, Blackjack Guitar, Grumpy Mike Guitar, Cousin Todd Flowers, Charles Green, coming on this Sunday, Charles Green, Absolute Mayhem, Other Left, Randy Crooks, Mohogany, LRM Guitars, not to be confused with L and M Guitars.
Yeah.
That was last week. T. Ricky came in over last month, along with Ferd Burfel and Jeff K last night. So awesome. Thank you, everyone, and appreciate the support. You get exclusive content over there, as well as we do private Zoom hangs with patrons and myself. And channel members get the same thing, but people choose different routes to do it, or some do both. They're the double dippers, Terry. That's what I call them, double dippers.
Fruitcake Tony. I'll sweep up afterwards. I know.
But yes, I appreciate that. And I don't know, we may be doing a Zoom hang this Saturday, because I realize it's a new month. So assuming I'm both free and Charles is free, because that's Charles's department, Terry. It's great. It's kind of like you with this deal on Mondays. You just show up. You click the link and show up, right? And then answer questions. And that's what I do. Charles sets it all Yeah, so I would assume, the usual time, 1 p.m. Saturday. So we shall see. 1 p.m. Eastern, I should say. So it's morning for the West Coasters. Oh, apparently done. Well, there we are. So this Saturday, oh, excuse me.
This Saturday, brr.
Yeah, well, there is that, so it means I don't have to mow the lawn and get another sunburn. That'll be nice. Hey, Nick KB. So what else we got going on? You got that amp recently. You haven't got any new gear. I've been looking a bit, but I'm debating that. Whoa, yeah. I want to find that out. Hey, Cool Tunes Made Easy and Cyclone. Have I ever been to Cornwall Rib Fest? No, but I would like to. And that's only, what would that be, about 3 hours away on the highway? Because Montreal's 4, basically. And I'm pretty sure because Cornwall's like right at the border, and that's about an hour this side of Montreal. I've been to Cornwall. I've been through Cornwall. Have I been to Cornwall? Way?
I'll say this much. If it's not part of that Rib Fest series that's going around, that would be good. But everything I've heard about that Rib Fest series that's going around lately has been, it's garbage.
Yeah, no thanks. I don't want anything corporate. I like that. I like I like grassroots, and especially when it's like a Rib Fest in a town shouldn't be outsourced, Terry. It's what I said, like grassroots in town, because it brings in like everybody in the surrounding area, maybe one town over, hey, they're having a Rib Fest. Well, all right, let's go over there, and people spend some money in the area, and that's good. And sure, a lot of the vendors may not necessarily all be local, but it brings in, it's good. It's what, and then food is what I'm saying. We had a food festival here, but it was like an international food festival. Sign me the hell up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I'm walking around, probably not sober. Let's just say for the sake of argument. And then I saw Tibetan food.
Ooh.
Like Himalayan food. I'm like, yes. Because I have no idea. I grew up on meat and potatoes like most Canadians, all right. Of course there's Mexican and there was barbecue and this and that, British. And it's like, no. I want I'm like, oh, I've never even heard of that country. Yes, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Like.
It's okay, Janus. Thank you very much. And thank you very much to the people that have been watching my videos lately again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, check out Terry's channel. We're trying to get him to 1,000 subs, closing in, which everybody can tell nowadays, because apparently it's public. That's a new thing with YouTube. All channels who had private, hidden their subscriber counts are no longer able to hide their subscriber counts.
Yeah.
Because the idea is you will not get spoof channels.
Thank you,
which
John.
Apparently is becoming a new thing. That's very nice to say, John. I'll agree.
Ooh, Cyclone with the question to you, Ben.
What is years of experience with multi-effects units?
Maybe he meant your experience?
Yeah. Let me think. When did I get that unit? I'm going to say the better part of 25 years. Because I got one of the original Zoom units.
Oh, yeah.
With the 4-pedal 30 preset deal. I got that in the 90s. And picked it up used. It was $100.50 used. And I think they ran around $250 new in the 90s, I think, at that time. Because I can't remember, it might have been 97, 98. And I just remember I made 3 payments of $50 on it. And the guy let me take it home right away. Because he was cool that way. And, I used it because, I had a variety of sounds. And I think it had a headphone out, too, which I liked. Um, then Rich was using it for a while as a virtual preamp when they were doing headphone practices with the Vatican Assassins. Other than that, I got a Helix Stomp, HX Stomp, which I use a bit here and there when needed, I guess. But that's my backup rig, I guess, if I was gigging, which is no longer gigging, but with custom knobs available at helixknob.com. There's a spider attached. Wow, just like RJ's show. RJ had a spider make an appearance during the show. All right, come on, little friend. Go somewhere other than on camera. So, also tesiswitch.com, something like that. Get the custom knobs. But, yeah, we have that to play with. And also have, right, you can't see it because it's dark, but there's an HX Effects right there as well.
I was going to say, when you mentioned Zoom, I thought you were going to mention about what it was back in the day. I'm not sure if you remember them, but back in the day, the original Zoom effects processor went on your guitar strap.
I don't remember them.
They came.
Well, it was funny. I just happened to see it, and the idea was I was thinking about getting into effects again. You know, it was the '90s, and so I got it as a way of just to go through to find what I wanted. You know, do I want a phaser? Do I want a flanger? Or do I want, because I didn't own a lot of stuff, and you couldn't really buy pedals around here other than, like, it was weird. There was Boss pedals, but nobody carried a DS1 for $50, type thing. It was all the delays and reverbs, like the $200-300 pedals. It's like, well, I don't want any of that crap, Just wanted like dirt boxes and stuff. So I picked that up, and then, I don't think Pat really had much in the way of pedals other than whatever was used. I came through. Maybe that's where I got that octave pedal. Maybe I bought that off Pat. I don't know. Hey, Dale. I haven't tried any Dr. Pepper in a long time. I'm trying to remember the last time I had a Dr. Pepper, because I'm not a big Dr. Pepper fan. Oh, I don't know, Terry. I'm going to say at least 10 years. My ex used to drink Dr. Pepper, so I may have had one of hers at one time.
I'm trying to think, because I remember that flavor, and I think I remember trying it, and it was just kind of like limited edition dark berry. Yeah, that kind of would have been.
I'd be curious to try it. See, because I'm not a big cherry fan, but I'm curious if the berries and Dr. Pepper combination affect it into a cherry type taste.
Yeah, I think when I tried one, I'm not sure if it was that specific one, but it had like a blackberry.
Fun fact on the Soda Pop videos. So I put them out. They get like 75 views, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they creep up to 100, maybe. Except for one that Mark Taff recommended, the Mountain Dew Whiteout that he bought and brought over in one day. That sucker is still getting 20, 30 views a day.
Wow.
Yeah, it's up to like over 300 views, and I'm like, okay. Like, whatever.
There mustn't be too many videos out on YouTube with it.
I don't know. I've done other I gotta do another Dr. Pepper. I got a Mountain Dew watermelon.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I like watermelon, so I'm probably gonna enjoy that.
Actually,
and the only problem is you can't get standard size Mountain Dews. Everything's a bottle or a tall boy at the very least, and it's just like, I don't want the commitment. And I find with most Mountain Dews, I can taste the caffeine, the added caffeine, because it's got a taste, and I can taste the caffeine, and I don't like it because I know that taste. It gives me gut rot.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
the
say. I
vanilla
think.
Coke. I wasn't big on the vanilla Coke. I did that one recently, right? That's the one that looks like you found a can of Coke that's been laying in the ditch for about 8 months. It's all sun bleached. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, I think the Mountain Dew watermelon that you're talking about. I think that's one of the slusher or freezy ones that actually the Circle K's do
Mm-hmm.
from
I
their
do like the Circle
machines.
K's.
Kind of reminds me like when you mentioned the crushed lime.
Oh, that
They
was
did
good.
do that once, and
That was
in
flipping
the
good.
freezy slushy format, it was like awesome.
You would love it, Terry, because it was like Lime Ricky, but more straight lime, almost like a juju. You know, like that straight
Ooh,
lime taste. I was just like, damn. Like it was so thirst quenching too. I was shocked. I'm gonna pick up another can of that just to have around. I think it was like $2.50 for a can. I'm like, I don't care. You know, I want another can of that stuff. He does, BC Rich. And it's nice that you're starting to call out Terry the same way you call out me in chats. I'm just saying. Yep. It's actually, yeah, just a generic background like Tom has a generic green screen background.
I
You
think
both
that was the. I think that
you
was
both
the
live in the same
biggest.
virtual house. You're just
I,
at the other end of the virtual house.
I think that was the biggest shock when Tom had that background not go
No,
up.
Mark.
That
No,
was
not
funny.
another interview. But that whiteout. Holy crap. Yeah, people like that video. I don't know. So, I don't know. Tomorrow we'll do a British one of some kind. I don't know. We'll see. I think the one with the bits. I got to know what this bits is. And do you feel the bits as much as taste the bits, Terry? That's what I'm really scared.
Let me
Do I
see.
ever use guitar backing tracks? No. I would like to get some drum tracks, backing tracks, for lack of a better term. I was thinking about going the same route that RJ has, because
Yeah.
I like the ones that he has as well as the ones that he makes. I just can't make them. I don't have the patience to program drums. It's not cheap to send beverages unless it's within Canada, Travis.
It reminds me of what it now happens at Canada Post. Is it a what is it? Is it an explosive material or something like
Yeah.
that? They now ask you. It's like,
Uh, Cyclone
yeah,
says guitar backing tracks are drums and bass only. Yeah, I would like probably just drums because I can lay down the bass and the guitar and ambient keys to a point. Only I'm not saying I can play keyboards at all, Terry, but I can work out chords because I go play a chord on a guitar, figure out what notes you want, and you're like, okay,
yeah.
well the G chord, I want the G, I want this, you know, I want the G and the B, and all right, well I'll go on a keyboard, G to B, you know. Dale Boyle has a question. All right, and everyone, if you record music, have you ever been tempted to go DAW-less? Lately, I've been missing the simplicity of my 4-track recorder from 30 years ago. Oh, you mean just straight analog, straight to tape? In many ways, yes.
Wow,
Yes.
that'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
At some point, I'd love to. I got to get up to Pickering because my dad's 2-track recorder's up there. It's just Sony reel-to-reel 2-track. That thing was several $100s in the early 70s. It was nice. It was so.
I mean, that's pretty much the concept of like a lot of these albums that are live. That's pretty much just it, right? There's no real DAW in place. It's just direct record and whatever's going into the mics.
Live off the floor.
Yep.
Yep. There's a lot less cheating that way, that's for sure. Which I like because you get a bit of bleed over in the mics. There's something to that. It allows that ambience. Like, okay, your place here, 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 and here in the mix, but with the bleed over, you can hear everybody everywhere, but not necessarily where it's just mushing over each other. It's the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
More of a looper. I see that. I don't know. I just jam to what's in my head, and then I got to try to figure out how to put drums to it. So that's why I kind of want to get some drum tracks that force me to write based off that track rather than trying to figure drums afterwards. which is why I was going to talk to my friend over at Lambert Drive Studios, Jason, about doing it, because I believe he plays drums.
Yeah.
That's something that Terry and I have been talking about off air. But yeah, my friend Jason over at Lambert Drive Studios has launched a record label, and he's ramping up accordingly. And he's close by. I know enough because he likes to drive by, and right as you're about to throw a bag of playing cornhole, you're just about to toss it, honk, as you're driving by. Usually when it's about me throwing, and Mark looks at me, and I'm like, that was Jason.
Actually, you don't have a beat buddy, but Cyclone thought you did.
I have a micro drummer.
Yeah.
From more micro drummer, and I also have Digitech Trio.
Oh yeah, the Trio, and I think maybe even those Line 6 Helix things might even have, I think, a drum.
I have no idea.
I'm not 100%
Silicon chips, Terry. Silicon chips. I just. I do want to get an electric drum kit, so I can eventually learn some basic drumming. Is if I can just do enough of a basic beat, and I can build on that, even if I'm sitting there going, shh, shh.
Yep.
Then you're just recording Mutt Lang style, Terry. And then you have separate tracks for everything, and guess what you can do? Mix the drums. Ooh, what a concept.
And that's the other thing too. Like, my knees hurt says here, Beat Buddy is cool, but man, a bit expensive for me. The reality is again, like you said, the digital drum pad sets are almost the same price as a Beat Buddy.
Yeah. That's something else. Yeah, you can just get a drum pad rather than drum kit, one of those 8 pad deals.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So,
I don't know. I only do that if you can get like 80s electric drum sound. Yeah.
Yeah, see, now Janice would have a good one. The Yamaha DD11.
They're nice.
That would have like a lot of nice samples in it.
Yeah, get a drum kit and teach me. No. My sister's got a drum kit that I could bash on if I wanted to, but I don't have the coordination for it. I've tried. We shall see, Mark. It's a busy day tomorrow, so we shall see. Got a bunch of stuff I gotta do. Gotta take Dad to get a new health card tomorrow, Terry. That's gonna be fun.
What? Oh, yeah.
Expired on his birthday, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
I guess it's weird for me because I got mine recently updated. I got both my.
I have to do mine next year. Both my driver's license and health card expire next year, so. Well, we should probably wrap things up anyhow. You know, we've gone well over an hour. We got 49 people watching. Doug just showed up. Sorry, Doug. We're just going to wrap things up. He's like, dang it.
I thought you meant the other Doug. Then, yeah, if it was the other Doug, then we probably should have wrapped up.
well, his cousin Doug would definitely wrap up. He can see me tomorrow as well. That's tomorrow night, Nas Canucks. Also, tomorrow I have a video coming out on the channel of the antique engines. Check it out if you're into antique engines, and check it out if you're not into antique engines. It's kind of cool. That's all I'm saying. What else? And then we'll have British pop this week. Great. And then working on the Kramer, possibly soldering, or probably just more body work. God. Get that, figure out how to wedge that barrel jack in so it doesn't just look like it's. I want to make it an innie and not an outie, is what I'm saying.
Oh, you wanted that it's more flush.
Well, yeah. Barrel jack should be flush. It shouldn't be hanging out the whole thing because No, we won't just leave it there.
I'm confusing barrel jack with the eyelet jack.
Oh, that would have been nice, but that wasn't an option. I can't remember why. It just wasn't an option. Also check out Terry's channel. I said tomorrow night I got Nas Canucks with cousin Doug. I got something coming up with Andrew on the 5150 channel coming up soon. I know that. Oh, and congrats to Andrew and
Oh yes,
Simon
yes.
and James, and Haas and all the folks over on the 5150 show channel there, and the British blues rock explosion ranking track. I don't know. They do all kinds of cool stuff with it, and congrats on 5,000 subs. Their channel's blowing up.
Yes, they
It's nice
they
to see.
just last night nailed 5,000.
Yeah, that's really nice to see. So, and then also check out Fruitcake Tony. He's on a couple times a week because he has nothing better to do. Sean Pierce Johnson, he does Stompbox Saturdays. Check out my friend RJ Ronquillo. He's live every Saturday, Terry. Every Saturday morning, RJ's live, and he likes to shout this fella out. So the least I can do is, if you haven't already checked out RJ Ronquillo, folks,
Yeah.
what are you waiting for? Waiting for it. He's closing in on 150,000 subs. So what are you waiting for? And of course, our friend Steve from Boston, live every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, where you learn about guitars and home maintenance and how to raise a family and basic life skills.
Yeah.
Basic life skills. You come away a little smarter every week when hanging out with our friend Steve. So even if his legs are completely screwed. Poor bastard. Hashtag no mopeds. So, yeah. Please hit the like on your way out if you haven't already. And RJ Ronquillo, the other Jay Leonard J. Somewhat. He's the American Jay Leonard J. Or is Jay Leonard J the Canadian RJ Ronquillo? Inquiring minds want to know. Tune in for more next week on that. He's been Terry, I've been Ben. Hold those doors open. Let Doug's wife in ahead of you in traffic because she's real. Yep. And be good to each other. Happy tone chasing. If you happen to see a deal on a Dodd, email a fella at the link down below or reach out if you got my contact. If you got my digits, now it's official. We got Dale at the end. Perfect. That's like the trademark, like when you'd watch an MTM production, right? Meow at the end. Ding. Sit, ooh, sit. Good dog. Stuff like that. I'll see the Zoomers on the Zoom call. Who are the Zoomers? That'd be the patrons and the channel members. So you can click the join button or go over to Patreon and search a fella's name out. Perfect. And I'm just rambling. So what am I looking for? Oh, yeah. Let's go to brand. That's the button. All right. Cheers, folks. And don't litter.
See you, Dale.
Hey Ben, if you really want your guitar to sound weird, get a 12-string pack of strings and then throw out the 6-string set and then take the high 6-string set and then drop that down to a B and put them on your 6-string guitar. Snort! I'm gonna eat pizza.